In a world filled with suffering, uncertainty, and questions about hope, there walked a man whose presence changed everything. His name was Jesus Christ. People traveled from distant villages just to see him, to hear him speak, or simply to feel the peace that seemed to follow wherever he went. Jesus healing the sick. Among the crowds were the sick, the tired, and the broken. One woman had suffered from illness for many years. Doctors had failed her. Hope had faded, yet somehow she believed that if she could only reach him, if she could just touch the edge of his robe, everything might change. And when she did, she was healed instantly. The pain that had followed her for years was gone. Faith had done what medicine could not. Other day, a blind man was brought before Jesus. He had never seen the sky. He had never seen the faces of the people he loved. The world for him had always been darkness. Jesus gently touched his eyes, and suddenly, light, shapes, colors. The man opened his eyes to a world he had never known, and the crowd stood in silence, watching a miracle unfold before them. One afternoon, thousands gathered to listen to Jesus speak. They had followed him far from their homes. Hours passed. Soon the people became hungry, but there was almost no food. Only 5 loaves of bread and 2 small fish, hardly enough for even a few people. Yet Jesus lifted the food toward heaven and gave thanks. Then something extraordinary happened. The bread was shared, and shared again, and shared again. Everyone ate, everyone. And when the meal was finished, there were still baskets of food left over. One night, Jesus and his disciples crossed the sea by boat. The sky suddenly darkened. The wind grew stronger. Waves crashed against the boat. The storm became violent. The disciples were terrified, but Jesus remained calm. He stood and spoke just a few words. "Peace, be still." And the storm stopped. The wind faded. The sea became calm. Even nature itself obeyed him. One of the most powerful moments came when a grieving family called for Jesus. Their young daughter had died. The house was filled with sorrow. Friends and neighbors wept, but Jesus entered the room quietly. He took the girl's hand and softly said, "Little girl, arise." And she stood up, alive. Joy replaced grief. Tears of sorrow turned into tears of amazement. But Jesus did more than perform miracles. He taught people how to live. He spoke about kindness, forgiveness, humility, and love. He told stories about lost sheep being found, about seeds growing into great trees, about loving even those who treat you badly. His words were simple, yet they changed hearts forever. The miracles of Jesus were not only about healing bodies, they were about restoring hope, about reminding people that faith can overcome fear, that love is stronger than hatred, and that even in the darkest moments, light can appear. For millions of people around the world, his message continues to inspire faith, compassion, and hope even today.
One afternoon, Jesus was traveling through a region called Samaria. Tired from the journey, he sat beside a well while his disciples went to find food. Soon, a woman came to draw water. In those days, Jews and Samaritans rarely spoke to each other, but Jesus surprised her. He asked her for a drink. The woman was confused. "Why are you speaking to me?" she asked. Jesus gently replied that he could give something far greater than water from the well. "Whoever drinks the water I give will never thirst again." He was speaking about something deeper, a life filled with truth, faith, and spiritual renewal. The woman realized she was speaking with someone extraordinary. She ran back to her town and told everyone she had met the Messiah. One day, Jesus was teaching inside a crowded house. So many people gathered that no one could even reach the door. 4 men arrived carrying their friend who could not walk. They wanted Jesus to heal him, but the crowd blocked every path. Instead of giving up, they climbed onto the roof. Carefully, they removed part of it and lowered their friend down in front of Jesus. Seeing their faith, Jesus smiled. He said to the man, "Rise, take up your mat and walk." And immediately the man stood up. The crowd watched in amazement as he walked out the door he could never.
If this story touched your heart, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. We share powerful Bible stories like this to inspire faith and hope around the world. And if you believe in the message of Jesus, share this video with someone.